What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2024 movie Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. So this is the latest movie in Legendary's MonsterVerse, and I've reviewed all of the movies in the MonsterVerse a couple years ago before Godzilla vs. Kong came out, so if you want to check out those reviews, I've made a playlist and stuff for that. Yeah, so this movie, following their explosive showdown, Godzilla and Kong must reunite against a colossal, undiscovered threat hidden within our world, challenging their very existence and our own. So, I gotta say, this movie is an absolute blast. I absolutely love this one. Like the MonsterVerse movies, I've always felt were pretty good and everything. I feel like Godzilla was a really, really awesome, great start. I loved how it built out the suspense to show Godzilla and everything, and the humans were a little bit too overshadowing of Godzilla and stuff, but I do get what they were going for with that movie. Gareth Edwards' directing was amazing, and the visuals still hold up really well, and it looked really good. Then you got Kong Skull Island, which I think is one of the best of the bunch. Really great story, great characters, and awesome set pieces and stuff and everything. So Kong Skull Island was really good. Godzilla King of the Monsters was, it was alright. I don't remember that one very well. And then you got Godzilla vs. Kong, which I thought was pretty good and a little bit overrated and overhyped when it first came out, but I still enjoyed it and thought it was a fun blockbuster. This one, I went in just expecting a fun time and everything. The trailers looked like it was going to be a lot of fun, and it was exactly what I was hoping it would be. It had a lot of really great action and fun, and it builds up to a really fun finale. You get good monster fights throughout the movie. Godzilla gets a couple, and Kong gets a few and everything, and so there's good ones throughout before Godzilla and Kong team up and everything, and they even get their own big fight before they team up and stuff, because Godzilla's just wanting to kill Kong and everything, because can't just give my boy a break, because I'm a big Kong fan. I root for Kong and everything, and I love what they do with him in this movie, and I just absolutely love like how he meets Zuko and he finds all these other apes and stuff in Hollow Earth and finds out that he's not really the only one left like he thought he was, and how he wants to save them from the Scar King and everything and become their new leader and everything. He just shows like how good of a leader he would be and how much he would protect these other apes, and just really great character stuff for Kong and everything. And he doesn't even talk and everything, but they do such a great job with that, and it's like you can show all these emotions with these animals and characters and stuff in this movie, but the live action Lion King can't do any of that. Anytime I see a movie that has something like this, I'm going to call out that movie. But I love that and everything. I love the lore that they added to Kong and stuff, and I'd love to see maybe a prequel about like the history of the Scar King and stuff like that when he's younger or something. But I did like that and everything, and I think the cast are really good in here, especially Dan Stevens. He just steals the show, and you can tell he's having a blast being in this movie and everything. But I think the returning cast are great too, especially Rebecca Hall, who I always feel is a pretty underrated actress and everything. But it was cool getting to see her and Brian Tyree Henry back and everything. I thought they were great, and the little girl from the first one who does the sign language and stuff and can talk to Kong through sign language, I think is a great character too. So I think they do a great job with that and everything, and their story was pretty good too. Although I will say that when it's at the first couple acts of the movie, the human stuff, every time they're on screen, it takes away, and I'm like, really, we just want to get back to the monsters and stuff. And I really wanted to, because there's a lot of scenes in here where it's just the monsters and no humans around and everything, and I thought they did a really great job with that. I didn't expect it to work as well as it did and everything, especially in Hollow Earth and Kong's story and everything. Like, I would love just a movie about Kong without any humans and everything. I will say the score is really great in here too. It fits the movie really well. It's awesome and everything. And I love the balls to the walls action. They go really crazy with the monster fights in the third act and everything. You got this big epic fight between Zuko, the Scar King, Shimo, and Godzilla, and it's just so awesome and everything. Shimo is also a really awesome monster. I loved that character too. I can't wait to see more of, I think Shimo's a girl, but I can't wait for more of that character and everything. I love like the ice powers and stuff like that. Really awesome and stuff. And I really enjoyed that one, and I really enjoyed, like I said, Scar King was a pretty good villain and everything. You didn't really think he was going to be that intimidating and stuff when you watch the trailers, and then you actually watch the movie and see that, yeah, he's actually a pretty good villain, a pretty good threat, and pretty crazy and everything. And I think they did a good job with that. And the ice powers and stuff that Shimo has is just so freaking awesome. I just wanted to mention that again. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really good. There is some bad dialogue that just is not very great and everything. And a lot, like I said, some of the stuff with the humans is a little slow at the beginning, and during the third act and stuff, they're just kind of explaining everything that's happening and stuff, like we can't tell what's going on and stuff, like they're trying to have to dumb down the story for their audience, and the dialogue is pretty bad and stuff, and kind of cheesy and everything, but at the same time it just adds a little bit of a charm to the movie too, and everything, because this movie is definitely not trying to be made to be taken seriously and stuff, and there are a lot of things in there towards the end that don't make a lot of sense and everything, but it's still cool and a lot of fun and everything, so I think it makes up for that. The funness and coolness of it makes up for it. And it's one of those movies that's more of just a fun turn your brain off movie. It's not anything super deep or anything like that. It's just a fun time. And it's all I really was hoping for with this one. This is kind of what I was hoping Godzilla and Kong would be and everything. I felt like they did a lot better with this, and maybe part of the reason I enjoyed this one too is Kong isn't getting his butt kicked by Godzilla throughout the entire movie, even though you could tell that he still doesn't stand much of a chance against Godzilla and everything, which to me just isn't fair because I love Kong. But all in all, I think this is an absolute blast. I love the story and the action. It's just a really big, dumb, fun, and entertaining movie and everything. And I was pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed this one. This is actually one of my favorite MonsterVerse movies and everything, because it just is fun and everything. And it didn't take itself as seriously as the other MonsterVerse movies. I think they did a good job balancing the tone with the seriousness that they needed to with the humans. It does get a little bit overly sentimental at times and stuff, but as I've said millions of times, I'm a sentimental dude. I eat that crap up. Spielberg is my favorite director, so I'm used to sentimental stuff, and it don't really bother me and everything. I really enjoyed this movie, so I'm going to give Godzilla and Kong the New Empire an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this one and everything. And if you're a fan of the other MonsterVerse movies and haven't seen this one, I'm sure you probably have, because I know this is a few weeks late. I'm a little late to the party on this one. If you haven't seen it, I definitely would recommend it if you're a fan of the other ones and everything. I think you'll have a good time, especially if you're wanting one that's just full of just dumb, fun monster action, but also has a really decent and compelling story with Kong and everything. I thought they did a great job with that, and I think Zuko is also a really lovable character. He's kind of a little brat at first, but as the movie goes on, he becomes more likable. He kind of reminds me of Anakin in The Phantom Menace, except I don't think Anakin was as bratty and stuff, but he does kind of remind me of Anakin a little bit. He's just along for the ride, or Short Round, or one of those characters that's just a fun little sidekick character. Well, more Short Round. Actually, he reminds me more of Short Round than Anakin, because he's kind of Kong's little sidekick throughout the movie, and he gets some really fun moments and stuff. And everything. I can't wait to see what they do with Zuko as he gets older and everything, because you know he's going to have to grow up in the next one and everything. He'll at least probably be a teenager or an adult in the next one, so I'm curious to see what they do with it and everything. But I'm really excited for the future of the MonsterVerse. I can't wait to see what they have up their sleeve. I hope they keep doing pretty good, because I've enjoyed every single one of their movies. Even the ones I thought were a little bit overrated, like Godzilla and Kong, I still enjoy that movie. I just don't think it was as good and stuff as I was hoping for and everything. But I had my expectations extremely high for Godzilla vs. Kong. So this one I tamed them back down, and I also had heard that this one is more of just a fun, dumb blockbuster. So my expectations were in order, and I actually thought it was just as fun and dumb and everything as I wanted it to be. And because of that, I just got to say I really enjoyed this one. So I'd give Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire an 8 out of 10. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.